Good morning, boys and girls. This is Monday Morning Cop, and today we have a great video. You won't believe cops' dirty harassment tactics. Complaint filed, and this is from Daily Driven Exotics, so let's thank them for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe their video, and let's go ahead and talk about this particular officer from the Costa Mesa Police Department.
See it.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay, well then don't think. That's when people get into trouble, when they start thinking.
Really?
So you never gave me.
That's your advice, don't think.
Okay, yeah, don't think.
Hello.
See your license, please?
Yeah, sure.
Not because of your loud exhaust.
Yeah, it's loud, isn't it?
It's really too loud.
There you go.
Okay, look at the registration and insurance.
Yeah, it's right here.
Well, wait a minute. The officer didn't get his registration and insurance? Police officers are supposed to get their driver's license, registration, and insurance. Not just grab the driver's license and walk away. I'm not sure why this officer did that.
Loud exhaust. Well, loud exhaust. I understand. This car's not quiet, so we'll see. Maybe there's like a municipality ordinance thing that you give me a ticket for. Now, this car's not from here, so I'm gonna give me a ticket for it being too loud because it's from California. Maybe you didn't know it wasn't from California until they pulled me over. We'll find out. He's pretty chill.
Oh, he knows.
He's got to admit, though. I got to see if I can get him to admit that it sounds good.
It does sound good.
Let's see if we can get him to admit it sounds good. Yes, loud, but it sounds good. V12 Lamborghini? Come on. Who doesn't love a V12 Lamborghini sound?
We'll find out in a minute.
What's really interesting is he asked me for my license, but then my insurance and my registration. But then he walked away.
He's taking pictures right now of the exhaust.
Well, that's fine. You can take all the pictures you want. Motorcycle.
Murcielago.
Yeah, first drive. Our first drive coming from LA and then back down to the hotel, and then we're just heading to our shop. So I'll ask him some questions about it, considering that the car is from Canada. I'm curious to know, like, what is the legal requirements of a tourist coming into this country, because they're not informed. Like, they don't tell you at the border if you drive across the border, which we do, and they don't tell you when you fly down, like, listen, if you're driving a car down here, it has to be within these decibel limits or any of that kind of stuff. So we'll see what he says.
Well, Damon, let me ask you, I'll answer this question for you, okay? You are responsible as a driver living outside the United States of the laws in California or any state that you drive your vehicles at. Okay? It does not change the law regarding what exhaust modifications are permissible. And these laws apply regardless of where your vehicle is registered. Under the Vehicle Code section, and this is the California Vehicle Code section, guys, under 27150A, California Vehicle Code section says every motor vehicle subject to registration, that means registration anywhere, shall at all times be equipped with an adequate muffler in constant operation and properly maintained to prevent any excessive or unusual noise. No muffler, no exhaust system shall be equipped with a cutout, bypass, or similar advice. Well, I hope that answers your question there, Damon, and all you viewers.
I'm genuinely curious. I got all my paperwork right here. I'm just waiting for him to come back.
It looks like he's already written the ticket without your paperwork.
That's fine.
If you get pulled over on a bike cop, you're not getting a warning. The job
Well,
is the way he's doing.
Not for me
I'm
anyway.
curious to know, like, is it if you're from another country where we don't have the law, you know, for decibel limits in Alberta? So it's like, or like having to deal with the emission stuff. So it's like, I wonder what is the law here, where it's like if you're a tourist and you're driving your car down here, what is or isn't allowed? Because like in Florida, you can have all sorts of different vehicles insured for the road. So if someone from Florida drives to California, it's like, you're not allowed to bring your car here if it's legal in Florida but not legal here. Like, where would they tell you that? They don't tell you at the state line. We just drove actually from here to Arizona and back, and there's nowhere, no signs, no checkpoints that say these are the laws, these are what you have to do with your vehicle. The law really states that if you have a car here in California and you're registering it, you are to follow the laws here. So you can't even get the car registered or anything here unless it passes smog and all that sort of stuff. So here you can ask.
Hey, can I get the Huntington Beach address?
Pardon me?
It's not taking the British Columbia.
What's not?
It's not taking this for some reason.
What do you
Is
need?
your Huntington Beach address or no?
I don't have a Huntington Beach address.
Okay.
Wait, what? Huntington Beach? Okay, now this tells you that this officer already knows Damon, because his driver's license, a Canadian driver's license, and his vehicle is registered in Canada, has no indication that he lives in Huntington Beach. So therefore, this officer already has prior knowledge that he has a business in Huntington Beach.
I have my Canadian address. What's the issue?
Yeah, it doesn't not taking it. This is all computerized. I should do a paper one.
No, but what's the issue with the car? What's the issue with the car?
A loud exhaust.
Yeah, but it's not from here.
Now, all he said was loud exhaust. Yeah, we know that. But the officer said it's explained to Damon his reasonings for pulling him over and everything else. What the hell is wrong with this guy? He's just an embarrassment to the Costa Mesa Police Department. I was a police officer for 21 years, and this guy's a knucklehead.
His iPad isn't taking the address.
Yeah, the BC address, the Canadian address. He goes, can I use your Huntington Beach address? So he knows who we are.
Yeah, because right now he has your ID with your Canadian license. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing that says Huntington Beach on it.
No. So this officer, I think this officer is, and it is. Remember the guy who yelled at me and told me not to think?
Well, then don't think. That's when people get into trouble, when they start thinking. You understand?
Really?
So you know,
Don't
you
think.
never gave me.
That's your advice. Don't think.
Okay, yeah, don't think.
Is that him?
That's him.
No.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, so we're in Costa Mesa right now then.
Yeah, still.
What? I thought I recognized him.
Bro, so serendipitous. It is him.
He's just pulling us over because he knows who we are.
Yep.
He's just being he's just being that guy. So this is the 1% police officer
Yeah, we call him an Adam Henry.
who
He's an
wants
asshole.
to use their power in a way to just annoy people for any little thing. This is the 1% officer that makes the other 99% who are actually out there dealing with real stuff look bad.
Damon, you're exactly right. He is 1% of the good police officers out there. It's unfortunate this police officer not only harasses Damon, but he doesn't know anything about the laws.
And to be fair, and to be very clear, when we were driving, we were in traffic. It's busy on this street, so we weren't revving or ripping around. It was very just driving normal. So he saw the car and then found a reason to pull it
You
over.
could also hear it. I mean, the car sounds amazing. It's not super quiet.
No, but like it wasn't like you were doing a full gear pull. You were driving.
No, it wasn't being obnoxious. No, not being obnoxious at all. Just cruising, but definitely way louder than any of this stuff.
Correct.
The difference though is that this car doesn't need to abide by the laws here because it's not from here. Just like a Florida car or a Utah car or a car from New York coming here, if their state rules are different than California's rules, a car doesn't need to follow the rules here. It can still come here and drive around.
Does he have your insurance papers or anything?
No,
So
he's got my license plate.
interesting.
He knows who we are.
The last pullover, he told you you had too many numbers on your address or whatever. Remember that? There's too many numbers on here. Like, wait, there's too many numbers.
Too many numbers. I was driving the F12 back then.
Too many numbers.
Excuse me?
Way too many numbers.
What is?
This thing. It's got too many numbers, the address.
According to the police officer, there's too many numbers.
Oh, by the way, here's somebody else. Did you get away back?
No.
That was a sheriff
did
unit,
not.
not Costa Mesa Police.
I could ask him if he wants any of this information or are there too many numbers. He was really, had a hard time staying calm the last time. He's doing much better now.
Yeah, he actually.
He's probably watched the video, I would imagine, or he's been talked to about the video.
Oh, he's not done yet.
Because he was like, there's too many numbers. And he's not wanting to communicate with the driver. So he asked me for my license, which I gave him. Then he asked for my insurance and registration, which I got out, which he's not yet asked me for. It's pretty interesting though that he asked me, and that was pretty funny. He's like, can I use your Huntington Beach address?
Interesting, because that's not on your license.
And I was like, well, I don't have a Huntington Beach address. And I don't when it comes to this car. This car is registered to our address in Alberta. That's the address the car belongs to. The car, by the way, is not my personal car. It's in a company. The car belongs to a corporation in Alberta. So. Sorry, me?
What color is your hair?
It's brown.
Color your eyes?
Green.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
And your weight?
My weight? Well, it's the new year, so it's a new me. I'm trying to get down. I think I'm 215.
And your date of birth?
January 30th, 1979. All that information should be on my license.
It's not.
It's not? Oh.
It's the kilograms and.
Oh, kilos. Gotcha.
I don't.
So,
Let me see the registration.
yeah, sure. So what's the issue with the car being a bit louder? It's from Canada, so it's a tourist car. It's not from here.
So at this point, the officer should have explained to Damon that under the Vehicle Code Section 27150A, that he is required to obey the laws in California for loud exhaust. Unfortunately, he keeps Damon in this mystery box and doesn't explain to him. Hey, this is poor communication with the officer. This officer should not be a motor officer.
So what would the ticket be for?
Which model is this?
Crickets.
It's a Murcielago. So what was interesting was you said, can you use my Huntington Beach address? I don't understand that.
Is this vehicle registered to you?
It's registered to the corporation in Alberta. So it's an Alberta car. It's got Alberta plates. You saw that, right?
They're probably I don't know what state.
Well, you know now it's got Alberta registration, yeah. Pardon me?
This is part of the company.
Yes. So what's the issue though? Like an out of state car driving here is just like a noise violation? What's the ticket for?
014 November.
What's the ticket for?
I'll show you when I get done with this.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Without admitting guilt, I need you to sign here.
Yeah, so what's the ticket for?
Once you sign, I'll explain everything to you.
You won't explain it?
Wait a minute. You see, he still didn't explain the ticket to Damon. I mean, we know that it was exhaust. Yeah, we get that. But the officer still has to explain the citation, why he cited him, and then explain everything. And then the signature is not an admission of guilt. It's just a promise to appear.
It to me before I sign it? That seems a little unfair, don't you think?
A loud muffler.
Pardon me?
Loud muffler.
What? So I don't understand though. I want to know the law. So how is it that the law is?
Please sign here because you're kind of
Pardon? You guys know you have condensation in your what? He's not in trouble, dude. It's just telling you have condensation in your.
I absolutely don't understand though. Thank you. Law. You startled me. That was.
So at this point, Dave is asking the other officer, why is there a problem? This officer's not going to get involved. He's not the one that pulled over Damon. Typically, they're just there to stand by and give assistance if needed. Damon should, at this point now, have a supervisor come to the scene. This would allow the supervisor to explain everything in regards to the pullover.
I wasn't sure you were there the whole time.
Dude, I'm sorry. I was just telling you have condensation in your tail light.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So what's the ticket for? What's it? No, I understand that. So is it a fine or do I?
I'm warning you on the speed.
Sorry, you're warning me on the what? Yes, I'll sign it, but I need you to explain to me what the.
Recorded right now. Okay, you're kind of delaying. Like you're just gonna sign.
No, I understand, but you're asking me to sign something I don't understand.
Okay, now he walks away. He had no explanation to Damon about signing the citation. Again, all he had to do is tell Damon, it's not admission of guilt. I cited you for exhaust and warning you for speed. Now the officer walks away.
I didn't mean to scare you, dude. I was just trying to tell you. I didn't know if you knew or not.
I appreciate it. Can you explain the ticket to me?
He's asking to sign, but not saying what the ticket's for. He's asking questions, but he's not explaining it.
I just got here, so I have no idea why he pulled you over. I literally just driving down the street. I saw he's out here, so I just
Appreciate that. Maybe go talk to him because now he's walked away.
Yeah, this officer is not going to do anything. He's just there to stand by. They typically don't want to get involved in an officer's pullover. So, again, Damon's best bet was to request a supervisor at the scene.
I just want to know what I'm signing. He won't explain it to me.
Food talk?
What?
It's a Mercy logo.
Where's your logo? Nice, dude. What year?
2003.
Yeah, here he comes.
I just want to know what the ticket's for. You're saying loud exhaust, but I want to know, like, okay, so is it a fine? I don't understand.
The court handles that.
No, I understand the court handles that. But I need to understand, if you're pulling me over, why have I done anything wrong if I'm from another country? Like, my car is legally allowed to be here. When I come here, I'm not told it can't be a certain loudness, it can't be a certain thing. So you're saying something's wrong with my car, I did something wrong, and I'm asking you, okay, can you turn the radio down a little?
So I can hear it. Hold on, I can't hear.
It's hard to have a conversation with you if you want to give me a ticket for something.
There's no traffic available.
So I understand you're saying loud exhaust, but how is it a car from Canada is breaking the law?
4442, can you do it, please?
Please sign here.
I know, but so the ticket, what's the ticket for though? Do I have to fix it? Do I have to pay a fine?
44442,
Pardon me?
there's 148, 140.
What do you mean that's for the court?
It's up to the court to decide. You know, you explain to them that it's.
But you're not telling me what the ticket's like actually gonna do. What do you mean that's what the court's gonna decide?
Well, explain to them that the vehicle doesn't belong here, or it's not.
No, the vehicle belongs here. Are Canadian cars not allowed to come to the United States? Are Canadian cars not allowed to come here?
The officer causes his more problems. All he has to do is communicate with Damon. His communications skills are piss poor. That's all I can say. All this officer has to do is explain to Damon the reasons why he stopped him, and he's citing him. But he just doesn't want to give him the information. Maybe he's taking his own advice. He's not thinking.
Really? You're not going to answer any of my questions?
No, don't think. Don't think.
So I'm reading right here, code, loud muffler, speed visual estimation. So what's the speed visual estimation? What, pardon me? Well, you just said that you're writing me a ticket for a loud exhaust, but now you're saying there's a speed thing on here. So you're trying to sneak something else on here, and you're trying to get me to sign something.
Where do we draw the line on this one?
I don't. What do you call one for?
Speeding and loud exhaust.
But you.
Okay, wait a minute now. Now he says he's citing him for speed? If you heard earlier in the video, he said he was warning them for speed. And in the initial stop, he said he was stopping them for just loud exhaust. This officer is lying.
You just said just loud exhaust.
I mean, he's delaying my duties right now.
Damon's signing the citation. He shouldn't sign the citation without getting the supervisor at the scene.
You have until the 25th of March to take care of this. If you don't agree with the citation, you can go to court. And, I will respond until the judge make a decision, okay?
Yeah. I think what we'll do is.
This officer, all he wants to do is write citations. He doesn't look at people as people. He just wants a citation. It's a numbers game with this guy. I hate these kind of guys. These are bad cops.
We'll go talk to your superiors. Yeah, later.
Damn straight.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
What
wow.
detachment is he from?
So he is Costa Mesa Police Department.
Find me that address, please.
Okay. So yeah, you did get a speeding ticket.
All right.
So now Damon's doing the next best thing. He's actually going to the Costa Mesa Police Department to talk to a supervisor. This is what he should be doing.
So I'm bringing my ticket to the office that officer's from because I want to explain that one. He wasn't explaining to me, as you guys could see, what my ticket was for. He said loud exhaust, but then I could see on the ticket there was more, and I kept asking him, well, what's it for? And then I could see, well, what's this? And he's like, well, estimated speed too. He was trying to get me to sign the ticket without explaining to me what the whole ticket was really about. So he's being very misleading on purpose. Torres, the officer, also has a history of like harassing people. Once I recognized him, we know a lot of people in the car community down here that he basically does this where he like tries to like fudge and basically push his power onto people in the car community. So I'm gonna go and talk to someone, and I might even go as far as filing a complaint. But this is what you can do if you feel like you're being pushed around or bullied, or you've gotten a ticket for something you shouldn't have got, like you legitimately shouldn't have got. Now listen, loud exhaust for sure. One, I actually wasn't speeding. We were in traffic, as Dave said. We were driving through. We were doing exactly the speed limit in the city. So his visual estimation, that's just him throwing something on there that he has zero evidence, zero proof of, which I have a problem with. So I've also had a run-in with him before. He was very unprofessional. He's obviously not yelling or anything today, but he's also still being more unprofessional. And this is years later, so he has a habit of this. So the only way to really combat this is you can go in and professionally and calmly file a complaint on the officer.
So Damon goes ahead and files a complaint on the officer. He talks to the supervisor, and a complaint is filed. We really don't know what happens afterwards, but as a Monday morning cop, I just wanted to explain to you that 99% of the police officers out there do a great job. It's unfortunate that this one single police officer has isolated his incident over to Damon, not only just once, but twice. So I feel that this officer probably will get disciplined, hopefully, so he doesn't do this to other people, because it really is an embarrassment as a police officer. Listen, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks again.